All right, all right, all right. What's up, all you crazy kids? We are back. My name is Gerard. This is my little brother Alex. And you are watching the GAJ podcast. Oh, yeah. We are finally back. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, let me fade that out a little bit. Change that up. All right, so welcome back. Hopefully you are not missing us too much, but you watch us on the regular. You know we've been off a week. Mainly that's on me. That's my fault. If you know, you know, but we are in the process of moving, Ashley and I, into our new house. So
you turn the music down?
We just got real busy. Yep, I sure can. Yeah, we just got real busy with the move, and with as much stuff as we had to move, I just wasn't able to quite get set up. In fact, if you can't tell, I'm on a little Bluetooth headset. My studio setup is not quite the same because I'm not done setting it up yet. My
hey, Gerard, lean forward. When you leaned back, the sound quality took a dip.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
I think there's some with the room. Gerard's not using his normal microphone because he's moving.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a little bit of a adjustments.
Yeah, we're making do with what we got.
Yeah, that definitely sounds better when you lean forward. Sounds a lot better.
Okay. I think so. If you notice, I'm trying a different background. We've got a big piece of art that we had in our living room, or kind of our main living room in the condo, and we weren't quite sure where we were going to use it here in the house. So right for now, it's behind me. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of feel like it might be a little too busy, but you know, we'll work on it. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit more. If you've been with us before, thanks for coming back. If this is your first time with us, thanks for checking us out. Either way, we would love it if we could help get you guys to help us out a little bit and like the episode, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when our new episodes are out. And of course, don't forget to leave us a comment. If you've never been with us before, just leave us a little wavy emoji so we know you're there and we can shout you out. And if you prefer to participate more anonymously, you can always shoot us an email at gagepodcast@gmail.com. All right, guys, time to get into it. We probably have a lot to cover in some sections, not so much to cover in other sections. So let's get into our favorite hobby. It's all about the eating. It's called Mom's Kare Kare. All right, and I'm going to let Mom lead off this week. I guess I should share my screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. All right, there we are. Let me get to the right album. And there we go. So Mom shared with us her Memorial Day lunch. Hot dog, corn chips, blueberry pie, baked beans with peas, carrots, and corn. That's kind of interesting to me. That's not really what I would normally pair with baked beans, but you know, to each their own.
Did she say where she got it from?
No, she did not. It looks like she got it from somewhere. I just don't know where. So
that pop that looks like, who's this signature? Is that Walmart?
Oh, that I was trying to figure out. I didn't quite get around.
No. That's it's probably like a crap. It's a grocery store type brand. Yeah, I've seen it before out here at I don't remember the name of the grocery store anymore. Crap.
Albertsons.
Yeah, okay.
Albertsons.
Safeway.
They're not out here. Albertsons isn't here. Safeway.
I think Albertsons is also owned by Kroger.
They are now, I think, yeah. I remember Albertsons from when I was working in Florida a few years ago.
Albertsons is out here. They're also Vaughn's, I think. I think they're the same company. Well, it's Kroger. Kroger bought all of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Kroger,
Yeah,
my
so,
former employer,
anyway.
when I was 16 years old.
What's that?
Kroger's my former employer from when I was 16 years
Oh,
old.
that's right. Yeah.
That was
And Mom had the
bagger and collected cards.
patriotic pint glass with the flag on it. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, that was Mom's Memorial Day lunch. Looks pretty good. And I'm gonna let Alex go next because it looks like you're queued up. So
I did get Filipino food the past 2 weeks. Twice.
yeah, buddy.
Now, what did I eat? I don't fucking remember. I have pictures of it. E soup at the top. That's actually something different. It wasn't that same synagogue type broth.
Say, it
but
doesn't look like synagogue.
It was like purpley, but I don't know. It was okay. Now, what did I get? I know the one on the left. I didn't know what it was, so I asked them what it was, and they said a word. They said I'm not going to retain it. I knew I was going to retain it.
It's not
But it's
mistake.
pork. It's not. I would
Oh, it's
remember
pork.
mistake. Yeah, some type of pork.
Not pork adobo.
Definitely not pork adobo. They said it, and I was like, I'm not going to remember that. And then on the receipt, they put in something else. Now on the right, also forgot what the hell that is. What does that look like? Hold
It
on.
looks like kind of like chicken and peppers or pork and peppers or something.
That's not curry, is it? Shit, what did I eat?
No.
Dude, come on. Just stuff my face with it. How come I don't remember what I ate?
It's not menudo, is it?
It's definitely not menudo. That's in my next picture. I have menudo.
Gotcha.
Oh man, this is gonna bug me. That might be no. You know what? I think that's the special type of adobo. It's got like a coconut curry in it.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it in the previous podcast, previous episode. I think the name that was on the receipt. It's when I googled it doesn't look like that. So I think it's just maybe it's chicken adobo, but with some type of curry in it also, coconut curry. So
Okay.
I think that's what that is. Either way, it was good.
Say it looks good.
Yeah. And then that was 2 weeks ago. Last week, bouncing out, I got me some menudo over here, which did not have liver, thank God. And I got me some curry, which did not have tripe, thank God, because I don't like tripe.
Yeah.
And then I had the classic E18 soup.
Say that looks more like synagogue right there.
That's synagogue broth. Yep.
Nice.
I liked it. It was good. Actually, I liked the previous picture too. I liked what I ate. I just don't know what it's called. So, yeah, I got my Filipino fix the past 2 weeks. This week, I don't know. I think I might try to do it again. Let me think what happened here. I'm trying to look at where I ate. So this one I ate at the actual market there, Seafood City. Nice. This one I took home. I think I wanted to. Sometimes I just want to get home, you know.
Do they at Seafood City there? Do they do like the little rave deal that like they do in Chicago?
What's the rave deal?
They have like a live DJ. Like
no, like, some they blast music though.
Life.
Some they blast like early 2000s music.
Not like I always see the videos from the. Oh, okay. No, there's like our cousin goes to Seafood City. She's posted videos of it, and they're out there like raving and dancing, and like there's a live DJ and shit. Like that's. Wonder if that's a Seafood City thing or just maybe the one in Chicago.
Maybe a DJ before when I was there, and I thought it was kind of lame. I was like, okay, this is dude just dropping beats, whatever. But sometimes they just have loud food. Sometimes they just play pop music from the early 2000s. Or I think one time I was there, they played their latest Taylor Swift album.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I was like, all right.
Well, the food looks good.
I enjoyed it. It was definitely worth a trip out there, worth the price I paid. But
nice.
That's my food for this week.
Right on. Well, let me show you what I had this week. Well, past couple of weeks, I should say. One of our last meals in the condo was a dish that Ashley whipped together that turned out pretty good. It was a sausage and gnocchi with pesto dish. So pretty simple, but it was. I gotta tell you, it was pretty tasty. So there's
I really like pesto.
Italian sausage, gnocchi.
The reason I don't get pesto as much
sauce.
is because I saw the nutritional facts and saw how high caloric it is.
Yeah,
it's up there.
Totally get that. This one I don't think has too many preservatives. I think she got this sauce from the restaurant, or the restaurant like grab and go store. So it's all made like in-house, not too many preservatives or anything like that. So still not great for you, but not as bad as you would think. But yeah, that was a pretty good dish. I enjoyed that. Actually, she made a pretty good amount of it that I ended up eating it for lunch. I was able to eat it like 2 or 3 days for lunch. So that was pretty good. And then what did I have? Oops, why did I do that? Add that back. Go back here. And then we had our first, well, it's not our first meal in the house. It was kind of our first fast food meal. That's really not true either, but first good meal in the house tonight, actually, which, by the way, it's Thursday, May 28th. It was Filipino food.
Oh, let's go. Pancit Bahon.
Pancit Bahon. And we got there kind of...
That one has chicken in it?
Yeah, it was toward the end of the day for them because they closed at 7 and we got there about 6 and ordered. And the girl's mom made a little too much pancit, so she just stocked us up with pancit.
Nice.
So we got pancit for several days. So we got the pancit Bahon. We got some menudo, which looks a little different than yours. That's what they said it was.
Menudo, is that chicken? I guess you can make chicken menudo.
Yeah. It's chicken.
That's different because they usually menudo they cut into smaller pieces, like the vegetables and the meat. So that one's a little more.
Yeah.
Kind of a different way of doing it.
It was a little bit kind of coconutty as far as the broth. It was good though.
That's different. Menudo is usually tomato paste like.
Yeah. I was expecting it to be a little different too, but it was.
Did you have rice?
Of course, I had rice.
Okay, all right. Stupid question. Ooh, you got skewered barbecue.
Yeah. So yeah, we had
lumpia Shanghai.
We got lumpia Shanghai, we got the beef lumpia, and then Ashley wanted to try a couple of the vegetable lumpia. So we got a couple of those. Those are pretty good too.
Wait, was it the lumpia, the vegetable lumpia, or was it the vegetable lumpia Shanghai? Because lumpia is cold,
crispy like this.
Okay, so it's lumpia Shanghai. It's fried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got those. Got the chicken skewers, the pancit Bahon, and the menudo. And I upgraded to get the garlicky fried rice because they make really good garlic fried rice.
Oh, nice. Which is excellent.
And that sauce for the menudo was delicious on the fried rice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a better picture of it. So yeah, that was that. And then I forgot to take a picture of it, but we got to run for dessert. So our first kind of real meal in the house was Filipino food. We've had because we've been working on stuff, we've gotten fast food. I've had Taco Bell once, I had Burger King once.
Actually, you know what? I think I do Taco Bell. I need to.
It's so fast.
I think it's been over a year since I've had Taco Bell.
Yeah, the first meal we've had together, when we're sat down to eat it, we got takeout. And it was so late at night, we were just hungry and wanted to be able to eat, so we got Whataburger and ate that.
Usually, if I get Taco Bell, I which is less than once a year, I have to research what am I going to eat, because this is going to be once every 6 months or even once every over a year. I want to make it count. So it's okay, what's on the menu now?
I'm usually going off of either whatever special like $5 box they have, or just off the value menu there, like the Lux menu, I think is what it's called.
I usually default to that because that's the way we have been since high school. Because you didn't have a whole lot of money. You're like, okay, gotta get the most bang for your buck. But if I'm doing it once a year, I need to remove the cost factor out. Be like, you're gonna do this once, so you're satisfied not to do it again for another year.
So what's your go-to? Is it the Mexican pizza?
No, never Mexican pizza person.
Oh,
usually I have to include Taco Supremes, hard shell. If they have cheese or gordita crunch, oh yeah, I've been loving that since college.
Man, I haven't seen that forever. I love that one. That was good.
What else? I have to include those two. But cheese or gordita crunch, sometimes they just don't have it. It's a limited time, or it's just not on the menu. I don't go to Taco Bell enough to know what their if it's seasonality, or if it's if there's any type of pattern to when they show it, when they have it available.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I will bring up that many years ago, there used to be, when I drove home, especially from like a high calorie burning seminar, like a French kickboxing seminar. When I drive home, there used to be an intersection where on one side there's a Del Taco and one side there's a Taco Bell, and I go to both. And it was fan-fucking-tastic. I just went down.
You know what I just remember that you used to order? Remember the Mexi Melt?
Fuck yeah. You know what?
Wonder what happened to that. Why they don't have it anymore.
Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. It's just one of those things. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Depends on which location. That is one I'd put on the menu. But also, I have to also think of the fact that I get full. I can't eat like I did as a teenager. Or it's like, okay, I probably have like three menu items in me that I could put in me. Oh, that sounds gross. The 3 to 4 items I could eat and not feel like shit. So it's like I have to limit myself. And sometimes I get 3 things, and then I eat it in the restaurant. And then if I feel like I can put more food in me, then I'll grab something else. But you got to make it count.
Yeah, sometimes they have like the member rewards where you get like a free taco with the purchase. So usually what I'll get is like,
that means you go there frequently.
3 crunchy. No, I think it's like a once a month thing. But if it's that, usually I'll get like either the 3 crunchy taco meal and get the free crunchy taco, so I get 4 tacos, or I'll get what was it the other day? I got it was off the Lux menu. It was like a beefy crunchy burrito, whatever. Like it had Fritos in it, whatever.
Oh, I do that sometimes. You kind of go off script, like, oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
As a person that lives in California for most of my life now, when it comes to Taco Bell versus Del Taco, and I talked to JR about this, and I think he agrees also. Taco Bell has better ground beef. Del Taco has way better chicken, like not even close.
Yeah,
chicken
items
are way better
from Taco Bell.
Yeah, I never get, because it's not that great. You go there for the beef. He gets steak, but it's all about the ground beef.
Yeah, I was saying I don't even like steak really at Taco Bell. I'll get it sometimes, but that's because it's usually drowning in some other sauce anyway. So
it's because they pump up the cost on the steak when you buy a steak item. Del Taco has pretty good steak also. Their ground beef is good, but it's not as good as Taco Bell.
We don't have Del Taco here, so I don't get to try
not a thing.
All right, cool. Well, Filipino food's a thing.
Right there.
I now live I could walk to the Filipino restaurant.
That's awesome, dude. I have to drive. Yeah. I have to hop on the freeway to get to the closest Filipino food. And it's not even that great. It's Seafood City, it does the job.
Hey, Seafood City is pretty good, usually.
All right.
As far as I know. All right. Anyway, before we beat that one to death, I think we're going to move on. That was Mom's Kare, and then moving on. Oh, which way do we want to go first, Alex? You want to go I Play Nerd? Hey, Dad, watch this.
Yeah, let's go I Play Nerd.
I Play Nerd? All right. And so this next segment called I Play Nerd, this is actually our ode to Alex's personal project on YouTube. So his channel, I Play Nerd on YouTube. Go check it out. It's all about toys. If you're into that thing, like if you like the nostalgia of like things that you did when you were growing up, check that out. It'll bring back the warm and fuzzies for you if you like cool toys when you're growing up. For us here on the podcast, it's about that and other things, new stuff we're getting, toys, gadgets, house, what have you. So yeah, we're gonna get into that here in a second. Let me bring mine up. Alex, do you have anything that you want to bring up before I go?
Quick. Let me move my glass of wine so I don't spill it.
Yes, don't do that, especially if it's red wine.
So I've been talking about the Masters of the Universe movie that's been coming out. That's going to be coming out shortly here. I think next week.
What, 2 weeks?
No, next week. Yep, next week. So I talk about the toys that have been coming out. They're different product lines of toys. Some that's more like adult collector. One that's nostalgic for the adult collector. It's kind of it mimics the toys that we had as kids in the 80s, and the one that's geared toward more kids and kind of seen as the budget product line. But adult collectors are seeing this and they're loving it, and I am the same way because I'm just on a budget, so I've been kind of not just spending. I've kind of put a hold on collecting toys. But with the Masters of the Universe movie coming out and the products coming out, in relation to the movie, I have been getting a few of the figures of the budget line. And something I talked about, I think, in a previous episode is that I got a 4-pack of Amazon with 4 different figures, including Skeletor. Yeah. And one of them, so the Skeletor figure that comes in the 4-pack is different than the Skeletor figure that comes wrapped individually. So I got the 4-pack, and then on Amazon popped up the individual one. So I got that also with the intention of swapping out some pieces and then returning to Amazon. Given is that moral or immoral? Probably a little bit. But it's Amazon. You pay a shitload for your Amazon subscription, so you know what? I can afford to.
Yeah.
Or not
it's been going up like every year the last couple years.
Do a little bit of shady stuff that, and given Amazon is pretty shady themselves, so can't really knock a customer for doing something shady to them. So I have a little comparison of 2 Skeletors. One of these will, I'll say one of these will be returned, but some parts will be swapped, and then the one I want to keep. The parts I don't want to keep is going to be returned. So I'm going to try to see if I can do this with the camera. It might be a little difficult. So here is the 4-pack. Well, I can show stuff that's easier to see without getting too close. So here is the 4-pack one. You can see it is a cloth cape, where the individual wrapped one has a plastic cape. I prefer the cloth cape. Also, the plastic cape looks pretty cool. His staff is going to be his weapon here. It's going to be 2 different colors. So that one's got a little bit of kind of like a grayish.
Like blue eyes.
Yeah, blue eyes, grayish.
Gray horns and then a light gray face.
This one is more just plain white, so less paint applications to it. It's a little hard to see. Bro, you can see my freaking calluses on my hands, dude. Look at that. That's hard work right there. Look at that shit, dude. That is called hard work. So the big thing is going to be the face. So one face has different paint applications. So here is the 4-pack. I can show you. It's not bad. Now I'm going to put it next to the individually wrapped. I think you can see it there.
Way more detail.
Yeah, exactly. The paint applications are way better on the individual wrap than the 4-pack. So, as far as the weapon, his Havoc staff, I like the 4-pack over the individually wrapped. As far as the cape goes, I'm torn on that one because usually I like the soft goods one where it's cloth cape versus the plastic cape, but the plastic cape also looks pretty cool. So at least with the head,
it's got good detail on the plastic one.
It does. And the cloth cape is kind of flimsy and very like see-through. But I don't know. So I'm kind of torn on which pieces I want to keep. But definitely the head on this one is what I want to keep. So what I could do is do a little. If I want to pop off the head, I could take the Havoc staff of this Skeletor with the soft goods cape, pop on the head that I like, take the head that I don't like, the weapon I don't like, and the cape that I have less preference for, put on the head that I don't like, and ship it back to Amazon saying, bullshit, return because of bullshit reason. Which I think I'm going to do. Not that these cost a lot. These were pretty cheap. I'm just being like, I'm nickel and diming it at this point. I'm just like, I don't want to spend money on this.
Here's the thing you got to remember. Amazon is a business that's quote unquote too big to fail.
Yep.
So pick your battles, folks. Pick your battles.
So right now I'm thinking this is going to be the Skeletor Keep, which is the 4-pack swapped with the head of the individual one. Because that head looks a lot better than this head. Just more up. Let me move the fucking. There you can see it. There's so much better paint. But
yeah.
So, been playing around with that. Hold on, let's see if I can find something real quick. This is terrible for our audio listener listening on Spotify.
We're doing some research, looking stuff up.
I saw this on a podcast. Hold on. So one of the Masters of the Universe product lines is going to be kind of a reproduction of the toys that we had as kids in different ways. And one, I gotta do screen share. You will probably remember this. It hasn't come out yet. It was just announced. Some that we had. Throw it up there.
Oh, I didn't do that. My fault. Lagging a little bit. Oh,
it is
shit.
A fright
is
zone.
That slime?
It is a slime fright zone. Was fright zone? Hold on, take a look at my notes. I don't remember what they called it. Slime pit, fright pit, something like that. Oh, what's the official name? Masters of the Universe Horde Fright Pit. When we were kids, it was called the Fright Slime Pit, but someone copyrighted slime, so they can't put slime anymore. Now, when we were kids, it came with slime that we were not allowed to play with, according to our parents, because it was a mess. And
it got stuck in all the weird crevices of little toys.
And on your carpet, and on your couch, and of everything. Yeah. So mom and dad took that slime away from us before we could even open it. So we'd put water in it. We put water in it and pretend it was slime.
It was just like
so what this is plastic slime. It's not actually slime. It makes it look like slime because they don't want to deal with all that stuff. More. So you can see here that He-Man stuck in it, but this is all like, it's not actual slime. It's plastic. You stick the figure under to make it look like it's being slimed. So it's cool.
That's kind of cool.
Kind of wish they want to see. Look, he has the claw that holds him in place. I don't know. It looks awesome. I don't know if I'm going to get it because it's pretty bulk. It's one of those play sets that I don't get play sets other than Castle Grayskull because they're big and take up room, but this one's kind of more compact. And then when it comes to this product line, because it's nostalgic and they're starting to make less units of it, they're starting to pump up the price. But this one, $50 is not a bad deal.
That's not bad.
It's in my mind.
You gotta pre-order it though.
You gotta pre-order it. So it's in my head, but I don't think I will do it. But it's just one of the things that I saw on a YouTube channel where I was just like, holy shit, they did that. So I was interested, but probably not going to actually buy it. When it comes to the play sets, I have Castle Grayskull. It is one that we did not have as kids. We had it at our doctor's office, so it was on my bucket list. I got it. I have it. Satisfied my nostalgic itch. The slime pit, I don't know yet. I'll think about it. But
looks cool.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I have to share for I Play Nerd this week.
Right on. Well, I got all kinds of new stuff. I can't remember if I got pictures of all of it. Let me put it up here. Obviously, I got all kinds of new stuff because we got a house, and one of the first things we got was paint and paint supplies. So, show you what we started out with. This is our master bedroom.
And there's Millie.
Yeah, I was
posing for the camera.
Yeah, I was putting up masking off like the floorboards and everything. So there's me putting mask tape up, tarps down, getting ready to paint. And that was the original color. It's like a really light, like grayish blue. And there is the new color. This is the first coat, and the light was hitting it kind of weird, so it looked like there was a crease in the middle, but it was actually pretty even.
Dark blue. Which room is this? Sorry, I didn't hear you say.
This is our master bedroom.
Okay. So you're going dark blue.
So
maybe that's Bear's colors, dude. Hey, let's go.
Yeah. We were gonna go like, she wanted to go like, well, the one thing I wouldn't let her do is go like yellow tones, because I'm like, I don't want, it's not gonna look like fucking Michigan. It can look like the Bears, but not Michigan. So, but it's a good looking blue. I like it. Pretty happy with it. And it looks even more different now because we finally got curtains up. I've got most of the bedroom furniture put together and set up. Yeah, there's a carpet. So it looks good. And I'm going to get some pictures so I've got them ready for next week. But yeah, hopefully by next week we'll have a bed. I've got the bed frame, which is like, it's here in the middle. I've got one of the nightstands set up. I still have to put another one to put over here. And then on the, I don't know if I have another view of it. The opposite side, we have like the long dresser. And then we have a tall dresser too, but we're not sure space-wise if we want it in the bedroom or not. So I don't have it put together yet. We might put it together and put it in the guest bedroom, but that is yet to be determined. And then we bought our first appliances, our laundry machines. Got a Samsung washer and dryer. This is like easily the nicest appliances.
Where did you buy them off of?
We've ever owned. We got them from Lowe's.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of awesome. So the washer, it's I forget what they call it, but it doesn't have like the long agitator sticking up. It's all stays at the bottom, so it's a little more gentle on your clothes, a little less wear and tear. But it's kind of cool. It's got a window and it's got like a soft close function. So one, I don't even remember the washers that we had growing up. But if you weren't careful, you would put the washer lid up and you'd be reaching down and the thing would fall down and hit you in the head. It was always like heavy. Well, this one's cool because the door is spring loaded that when you have it all the way open, it stays open. And then when you close it, you get it past a certain point where you almost feel it like click almost. And then you can let it go and it soft closes down. Beautiful.
Who installed it?
Lowe's.
Did they?
The Lowe's delivery guys installed it, yeah. So
you know what? I'm gonna say something I usually don't get. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, we were actually gonna get a size up from these, but then the lady that was helping us, she's like, "Now, one thing you should check." And she's like, "I'm short and you're short." I'm talking to Ashley, she's like, "Make sure you can reach the bottom." So, Ashley walked up to the slightly bigger one, and she, like, just at the store, and she's like, "Oh my god, like, I don't think I can reach the bottom." So I was like, "All right, we have to get a size down then." And she actually still has trouble reaching like the bottom back corner of the drum. So I actually got her a little step stool so she can get the laundry out.
Nice.
Which actually works out because this closet, there's some shelving up there, so the stool's not there, but she's got some stuff stored up here, so now she can reach these two shelves if she needs to with the step stool. So yeah, we have appliances, and we got our trash service set up. So KC Disposal is the service we're using. And now I have a big old trash can that I need to break down all these boxes, fill it up. And our trash day is actually, normally it's going to be Friday, which is tomorrow, but because it's a holiday week, which by the way, happy Memorial Day to everybody. Hope everybody had a safe Memorial Day. Thank you to all those
hey, lean forward more.
Served. Oh, sorry. Thanks for your service to everyone who has served in the U.S. Armed Forces, but I'll be picking up Saturday, so we have trash service. Yeah, I think that's everything we got. I didn't take pictures of everything, obviously the paint. We painted the master bathroom also because it was kind of that same light blue, and we went with kind of like a creamy gray or creamy like white color, kind of an off-white color, which I like better. And then what else did we get? Curtains. I've hung all kinds of curtains. Two curtains over the sliding glass door, so like a sheer curtain with a blackout curtains in the living room and our main family room and dining room, and then we did a double curtain in the formal living room and our bedroom, and then we did kind of these retro curtains in the laundry room / mudroom. So yeah, things are coming together. I'm gonna try. Well, I have softball tomorrow, but Saturday we'll try and get do at least 2 or 3 trips hauling stuff down here from the condo. We just had movers this past Sunday, so all of our big stuff's moved. So at this point, we're more moved than not moved, which is great. Because once I finally get everything moved, I need to start setting my office up, which I think I have my desk where I want it to be. I just need to put everything on it. I need to hang a TV because I'm going to have a TV in my office. And we actually have this big like blow up couch, like inflatable couch that folds down to a bed. I have that in here right now. It's going to be kind of a cool little bachelor pad setup. And I'm kind of playing around. I'm using that right now because I'm playing around with like spacing because I might get like a love seat there later. But the inflatable might work out that way if Christina and Paul come to visit and you come to visit, they could take the guest bedroom and you would still have a fold out bed to sleep on here in my office. And then I'll show more when I have more pictures, but the wall where I'm gonna have a TV, I'm actually gonna get another stand-up desk, a slightly smaller one, to put underneath there for like my printer and stuff, but still keep it open enough so that Ashley has a place to sit down and set up her tablet if she wants to go sit at a desk and work. If you're in town, and like I'm working on my desk, you would have a desk to sit at and work with your laptop. So it should be a pretty cool setup. I'm playing around with it a little bit, but ultimately I want to get it set up.
I've been thinking about playing around with my setup too, where when I was working from home, so this is my desk and there's a TV over there. So I could watch TV. I'm now playing around with the idea of putting a TV, a small TV, like right. I can't move the camera around, but it'd be like right up there. So I could be working. I can look up like, oh, I'm watching The Simpsons or The Office or whatever, and see what's going on. Which seems pretty cool instead of like getting way far distracted and looking this way. I also have another TV this way. By the way, I live in a small apartment, so that's why I'm like, I can look here, I can look there. I want to be able to look there.
Yeah, I'm going to do the articulating arm so I can do that.
Can I do that with one of my current TVs, which may be too big, or can I get a smaller TV? But is that going to make the room look smaller? I'm kind of playing around with it right now.
Yep. Yeah, one thing I'm trying to figure out if and when I can do it is I want to run like category cable throughout the house, so the TVs can be hardwired. I want to have like a hardwire here at my desk, so I can plug my computer in when I'm just at my desk. And then I want to run some cameras on the outside of the house. So those would all be hardwired, which would take a lot of load off of the wireless network, which the wireless network will be for like our phones and tablets, Google Home devices, and then, when you guys come over, they can use the wireless network. But I want to try and take some load off of the Wi-Fi by hardwiring especially the TVs, right? Because that's where we're going to stream movies and whatnot. So if I can take some of the load off of the Wi-Fi, then anybody that's connected to the Wi-Fi should have a better experience. And we're getting the upgraded Google Fiber service when they need to install a fiber box in our house, but we'll have a gigabit internet, so that'll be cool. That will be cool. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've got. That is, let me get back to it. That is our ode to Alex's channel called I Play Nerd. All right, moving on. This is our ode to my personal project on YouTube, even though I haven't been very good about posting anything lately. It is called Hey Dad, Watch This. This is all about our adventures, what we've done when we're getting out and about, our shenanigans and whatnot. Alex and I usually end up talking about our sports that we're playing a little bit. But yeah, we're going to get into Hey Dad, Watch This. Alex, looks like you already have something up, so I'm going to put you up on stage. Take us through it.
Yeah, I'll go first on this one. So, unfortunate event.
Uh-oh.
I got stuck in a fucking elevator.
Yikes, dude.
And I'm going to show my Instagram story. You probably can't hear it. This is me.
Was it in between floors?
What's that?
Was it in between floors?
So I work on the 10th floor, and there's security limitations for my badge. I'll have access to the 9th and 10th floors, but there's an 11th floor. I was on a break with my buddy who I trust with everything, career related, that we go on walks together during our breaks, and we vent and we talk about, trying to leave the company and getting pissed off and all that shit. So we vented, we went for a walk, we vented, we got back in the elevator. We're supposed to go back to the 10th floor. we were still like bitching about work, and we weren't paying attention to what floor we were going to. So it went up and it stopped and it jolted. And, hey, a little background. I am not good with heights. Never have been. I fucking freaked out. So what the fuck is that? We need to get the fuck off this thing right the fuck now. Door was not opening. I look up like, why are we on the 11th floor? We don't have access to that. So we're stuck. Doors not open. We're looking at each other and be like, holy shit, we're fucking stuck. And we're semi-panic mode, so we don't know what to fucking do. None of us have we are issued separate work phones at work. Neither of us carry our work phones when we go on break. So I have my personal phone, which I've used to call my direct manager like a few times when I first started with the company. And my coworker, buddy, our direct manager has his old phone number. He changed his phone number and didn't give him his new phone number. And he's like, I don't want him to have my phone number. I'll call him. I've used this before. So I called him and I said, hey, we're stuck in the fucking elevator. We don't know what the hell to do. We press the buttons. There's no call button to call for help.
Oh, I was going to say, when you just hit the call button, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no button. There's a help bell that it rings a bell, but no one's gonna fucking answer that shit. He's like, the manager's like, is this Alex? I was like, yes, me and Jacob are stuck in a fucking elevator. I was getting pissed off. I was like, and he's really busy right now because there's so much transition going on right now at work that he's just so busy. He's like, and he's such an asshole usually. And he fucking laughed. He's like, okay, let me figure something out. So he hung up. And we're sitting there like we're just stuck on the 11th floor. And then we were playing around with the buttons, and there's like they're all the buttons. And then we notice there's like another panel that says telephone. So we opened it. And we pressed the button, and my coworker called and he said, oh, okay, well, he's like, hey, I don't know who it called, but he said, we had to give the address of where we're at. We had to tell them we're stuck in an elevator, and they said, okay. And then we had to give a phone number for them to call. So that was put in motion, but also we called the manager to call other people to put in motion. Everyone fucking knew. Everyone at work knew because the manager was talking to the senior manager and said, Alex and Jacob are stuck in the elevator. And we're just stuck there. And by the way, it's getting hot in there. And I'm thinking like, I got a piece, dude. So we're like, what the fuck's going on? We can hear our senior manager at some point talking. And we're like, hey, we can hear her. Because she's pretty fucking loud too. So we're stuck there. Like we're just waiting for what's going to happen. And at some point, someone goes, we hear a voice yell, can you pry open the doors? Like, okay. So he grabbed one end. I guess we pull. That would have been
funny if you guys would have been like, who is that? God?
That's why you see this. That's why you see it. Like, these are after we pried the doors open. They said, can you pry the doors open? I guess. Let's fucking try. So that's what we did. Pry the doors open.
Crazy.
So we're stuck there. This took about 30 to 40 minutes. So we pried it open. They're playing around. There's you can't really see, but if you see my you can't see my cursor. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
So up, if you imagine that you're in the elevator, up around here, there's like a weird latch. And they called the fire department. The fire department had looked like a fucking coat hanger that they bent around. They're trying to get that latch, and we're looking at each other and be like, do you want us to help? And we hear a response. They're trying to get the latch with a coat hanger. Like, do you want us to help? Actually, hold on. Flashback a little bit before that happened. So that door's open. I'm freaking out a little bit because the door's open now. We're 11 floors up. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, we need to drop the elevator a few feet I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You are not fucking doing that. Like I have a say in the matter.
Yeah, right.
So I'm freaking out. I grab onto the fucking railing at the back of the elevator. Like I'm death gripping this shit because I have a problem with heights. But flash forward a few minutes later, you see this coherent going around, and we're going like, "Do you want us to help?" And then eventually they go, "Yeah, we're trying to hit that latch." I said, "Well, we can hit the latch with our fucking hands." Okay, hit the latch. So they hit the latch. The door pad's open. So we're at the 11th floor, but we are raised up. We're not the regular level. So we're like 3-4 feet up from where it's supposed to stop.
Like
so you have that
like
you have that thought like, if I jump, I can get cut in half.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, you gotta take a chance. And the firemen were there. By the way, when you're stuck in an elevator for 40 minutes and you're saved by firemen, those firemen are the most handsome people you've ever seen in your fucking life. Here, I'm not gay, but you guys are fucking hot as shit. So their door busts open, and they're like, "Jump!" I'm like, I'm not even thinking. I'm just bolting through this thing. I'm exploding.
Yeah.
I told my buddy, like, I'm going first. I am going first, and I'm exploding through this thing. I'm like, I jump through this thing onto the fucking 11th floor. There's a lady there. There's a lady there who's like the building manager, and she's there, and she's just like, I hug her so fucking hard. She's like, I knew you needed this. The other guy popped out. My coworker popped out. He's like, I'm fine. I don't need a hug. I hugged that lady so fucking hard. And then they can put us in a separate elevator, a cargo elevator, and take us back down to where we need to go.
Bro, you didn't take the damn stairs.
The stairs are a little bit weird because it doesn't always open up. I don't know. It's weird. Like you can't access certain floors. It's so fucking stupid. But what I learned after this is that when elevators fail, they fail and they move up all the way to the top as far as it can go. They don't move down.
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't. I'm sure there's perfectly good logic behind it, but that's just something that, like, when an elevator fails, it fails up. Actually, I have an old buddy.
Because they don't want anybody getting on it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have an old buddy I used to work. I worked with him for like 10 years. Old buddy, really close friend of mine. So he was in logistics also. We worked together. So obviously he was in logistics. And then at some point during the pandemic, he got laid off from his work. And then he decided, I don't want to do logistics anymore. I want to fix shit. So he decided to get into fixing elevators. And he had a thing with heights also. And he quickly got over that. So right now he fixes elevators. That's his job. And so I want to text and be like, dude, I got fucking stuck in an elevator. But that's
That's a good story, dude.
One of my stories. I gotta look at my notes to see where else I got going on for. Hey, Dad, watch this. Dinner with JR. So we tried to do a weekly dinner. We did go last week since we had this podcast. We do have our I think we have a consistent spot right now. We may want to try something new, but at some point. But we do have a consistent spot where I did talk about last episode where it's $10 all you can eat tacos and then 2-for-1 drinks. So I have implemented my strategy of I get 2 tacos, eat them full, and then I keep ordering additional tacos, but I don't eat the tortilla. So I don't consume the additional carbs, which good for me. I want that protein because that meat's pretty damn good. And then I just pound White Claws. 2-for-1 White Claws. I have a total of 4, which is enough for me on a freaking Tuesday night. This week, though, trying to hit up JR, being like, hey, dude, let's go back to that place. Go back to that place. And he wasn't responding to me. He always responds to me. So sometimes he'll say, no, I'm too busy, blah, blah, blah. Or, yeah, let's meet up. And then he wasn't responding to me. So I was getting a little worried. But eventually he did respond to me after it was later at night. He just fell asleep because he drives. And I think he got new air conditioning at his place. So it was nice and cold. And it provided the perfect environment for him to take a long nap. So
Yeah.
We didn't get together this week because he just fell asleep, but probably going to resume next week.
Good shit.
Moving into like sports stuff. Flag football. We're in between seasons. Trying to. I've been in contact with my team captain. Talk about bringing the team back for summer season, which is on a different day. It goes to Friday nights as opposed to Sundays. Sunday morning / afternoon. And we already knew a lot of people were not going to be able to come back because of the change in schedule. Another teammate had unfortunately had a baby, so he's unavailable. That kid's fucking running his world now.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, he wasn't able to play. But congratulations.
He had to leave. He had to leave during our most recent season because his wife had a baby. His wife, dude, he's awesome, and his wife's awesome. His wife is so fucking supportive. She's on the fucking sidelines with her big old belly, not fat, like pregnant belly, cheering us on, learned all our names, screaming out good play and good shit. So I fucking love that girl. Nice. So they had a kid, so he had to step out midway through last season. Definitely not coming back for summer season. I didn't even know he was going to be back for a while. But me and the captain have been in contact, and today she told me it's not going to happen because we can't get enough people back. So I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go free agent. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to stay playing this season, and I'll explain that part later. But right now, I'm going to go free agent. I'm going to try to wait a little bit until the absolute deadline because I'd rather be added to a pre-existing team than be put on a team of completely new people. It's kind of obvious, like, you know, that happened to me once. The last time that happened to me is because I forgot to register on time because I was at my brother's wedding. And that's actually how I got introduced to the team that I want to stay with now. I got put on as I registered after deadline, and I got put on the team late, and it just happened to be a
free agent team, or
yeah, no, not a free agent team, a team that just needed a few free agents because the team had lost some people because they the day switches from Sunday to Fridays. So I got added on to that team because I registered late as a free agent. Ended up loving that team. And then that's kind of like how I got with this team. So my intention is to fully return to my regular team in the fall season, assuming they re-register. And I already talked to the captain. I told her, yeah, hey, I'm going to go free agent for summer season. But if something happens where we can register the team, I'm totally in. Otherwise, I'm in for autumn season. So she knows I'm there for that. But nice. Being a free agent for summer season, it's also cool because you meet a lot of new people.
Yeah,
you're not going to win a whole lot. Whether you're put on on a free agent team or if you just got added to another team, you're probably not going to win a whole lot. But I'm totally in for it. I just want to be social, you know.
But sometimes you like meet good players, and the team's not going to stay together, but that person might follow you to the team you're joining after that.
Yeah, and actually, when I was talking to my captain. And she's like, we were still trying to register for summer season, but we knew we were going to be depleted on manpower. She's like, hey, try to recruit people. She knows I talk to a lot of people. So I was, scrolling through, like, who do I know? I did reach out to a female friend. She never got back to me. She hasn't gone back to me, but it's one of those things where I didn't really think about it beforehand. I just reached out to a girl to ask, do you want to join our team? And when it comes to the thing you got to realize is that when it comes between girls and guys, when you recruit guys, it's way different than recruiting girls. Guys are guys. You can grab any guy and be like, you want to play? They're like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Girls have personalities that clash. And I did not think about that when I reached out to this girl. Because I was thinking about the way she is. And I was thinking about the girls that are on the team. And after I texted her to reach out to her to ask her if she wanted to join the team. I remember thinking that was a mistake. Because if she joins the team, it's going to be a disaster. I think if it was just summer season, it would be okay. But if she wanted to come back for fall season, the reason why it would work for summer season is because some girls cannot come back for a Friday night versus a Sunday game. But autumn season, when it switches back to Sunday, if we have the same girls that have been historically on the team for 10 plus years, and in addition to the girl that I bring in, there's going to be a lot of personality clash, and it's not going to end well. So I'm actually glad that girl did not get back to me.
Sometimes it works out for the best.
Yeah. So that's a sport. Oh, more sports. Not traditional sport, but I am involved with, since I was 19, I've been involved with Muay Thai. So I have been doing some training. And this past week, I did another 2 hours of training. No pics, no videos. And actually no sparring, because when I was training with the fighters, they actually have a fight coming up this weekend. And something to know about that environment is that when you have a fight coming up, the week before that, you do not do sparring. You just do drills, depending on the coach and what their strategy is, because they don't want you to get injured. They don't want you to get a like inadvertent cut that would make you ineligible to fight in your competition. So it's just a lot of drilling. Yeah. I do wish there was some video that was taken, because last time we had our last episode, I did have video that I was able to share, but the guy that was holding the pads was not as good as the guy that held pads for me this past weekend in one of the rounds. So the best way to compare is that if you're taking batting practice in baseball, and say it's a home run derby, and the guy keeps throwing sliders, throwing in the dirt, or throwing outside the strike zone, it's going to be difficult to hit a fucking home run. That is similar to the video that I showed in the last episode, where a guy was holding pads for me, but he's not holding the way that I could really exhibit skill and intensity and athleticism the way that I wanted to. So that's why I looked a little bit like slower and not as intense. So that's why the guy that was holding pads for me this past weekend was a little more. He's not super experienced, but he was able to grab that skill of pad holding, where I was able to show a lot more of what I can do. So I kind of wish there was video of that. And I went up to that guy later on and said, "Hey, dude, you hold good. You hold pads good." I could tell he was not used to getting that type of feedback. So he was like, "What the hell did I do wrong? What?" And I was like, "No, I'm telling you, you did good." I have 25 years of experience. Cool. You did good. So good to know that guy's out there, and know that I was able to give him some positive feedback.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to touch on, I know I've talked about like making my apartment a lot more visitor friendly, and it's just kind of been a mess the past 2 weeks because I've just been busy with shit. So I've had just 2 weeks of cleaning, and which I have not caught up on, because it's like I cleaned up enough, and then I still have to live my life, which produces more, mess, especially with dishes. So I have not been able to catch up on that. But then what has kept me so busy, why I haven't been able to clean up my place. In addition to that, is also my when it comes to like my business with my schedule, what I have not been able to do is like do healthy things like meal prep. That's why like my face has been a little more puffy. If we would have recorded last week, my face was like totally inflamed because I just haven't been able to do meal prep, and I've been eating a lot of shit. Given out at work, especially on Fridays, because they took away our work from home Fridays. Sometimes a department buys some food, and there's some leftovers that are available to other departments. And last week there was, what did you get? I don't know what they got, but it included a lot of rice. So I started to go to town on that shit. And then the next day I went and got Filipino food. So I had a lot of carbs in me, and my face was just like puffing up, a lot of inflammation.
Yeah.
So probably good that
all the sodium.
Yeah, probably good that we didn't record last week, because I have inflammation and my weight spiked up a little bit. Not a lot, but it went up a little bit. But so what's been occupying my time has been I've been talking to a company about a potential position, and It's been very, very time consuming, which is why a lot of shit has not been getting done over here in my place as far as cleaning goes. And I work on site 5 days a week. So, and they want video interviews for every stage of the interview. So my first interview with a recruiter was from my car. I had to drive out of the parking garage. Because when I'm in the parking garage, I don't get a cell phone signal. Plus, it's also dark, so she wouldn't be able to see me. I had to drive out of the parking garage into a side street, set up like a stand to hold my phone, position it just right. Also, position my laptop so I can look at some notes. Hide my mouse so I can click around at my notes while I talk to the recruiter. This was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. What I didn't calculate in is that it gets fucking hot in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think
I'm in the middle of my interview I'm in the middle of this video interview with this recruiter. And I'm trying not to hide the fact that I'm doing this. Wiping off sweat because it's starting to beat down on me. And I do this like sly, like reach to my keys, slightly turn it, put down the window a little bit because I need some fucking air, which also lets in outside noise because cars are driving by. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. But luckily it wasn't that bad.
Good.
So, I mean, she knows. One of the first things I did was apologize for the terrible setup. And she's like, I understand that you're on site 5 days a week. As we moved on, progressed to other stages, it was like, okay, so you have an interview with the hiring manager who's the VP of Ops. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to fucking do this? So I fucking LinkedIn stalked this guy. He's in North Carolina. I'm like, okay, well, let's throw some out there. I can have an interview early in the morning before I go to work. I said I could go. I could interview up until 7:30 a.m. because that's when I leave for work. She goes, okay, set an interview for you and the VP of Ops at 7:30 a.m. I said, no, that's when I leave for work.
That doesn't work. Yeah.
So leave her. It doesn't work. Okay. I can do it before that. She goes, okay, 6 a.m. Pacific time. I went, fuck.
You have to, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just 6 a.m. Pacific time.
It's got to.
So I planned on waking up at 4 a.m. just so I could, snooze a little bit.
Yeah.
Then get up. Get, prepared for actually how I need to look for actual work. Look over some notes for the interview. Fucking drink coffee and actually wake up so I could be able to do this interview. And that's what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, is being on these interviews for all this shit. And then they actually have a part of the interview process. They send you a case study to review. It's a lot of data. Review, come up with a plan of this, and this. Come up with visuals for that, and then present it to the VP on a later fucking interview. It's a lot of fucking work. It was one. So I had it wasn't last week. When did I do this? So the weekend, not this past weekend, the weekend before that is when I did it. And I'm not gonna do it on a fucking Friday when I'm all fucking fried from work. I'm all burnt out. Saturday, I live in Southern California. The weather's really good. Sunday is when I was ready to buckle down. Given I was actually looking at some of that information when on Friday and Saturday, just kind of lightly looking at it. And then Sunday, I was like, okay, I got to buckle down and really dig into this. It's supposed to take me 4 to 5 hours. So I was like, okay, I planned out like 6 hours to do this. But I wanted to finish up a TV show on Netflix called Age of Attraction, which I mentioned on previously. Terrible show to prioritize, but nevertheless, I wanted to do that. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to finish it. So I did start working on the project, that case study at on Sunday afternoon. Fucking took me like 10 hours. Took me all the way to 11 o'clock p.m. I was supposed to submit it on Sunday. There's no time limit, just on Sunday. And I was like, I didn't even look at all the data.
Sunday.
And I didn't even look at all the data. And I was like, I'm just submit what I have. Here it is. I need to go to sleep. So I submitted it.
Yeah.
Recruiter put me on for a presentation on last Thursday, like 6:30 a.m. I think. Yeah, so 6:30 a.m. So had that interview with had the presentation with that VP. Did all that shit. Luckily, he had a hard stop. Time at like it's supposed to be a 45-minute presentation. We had a hard stop time at 30 minutes. So I had to kind of he called it lightning around it. So I was going through these tabs on Excel, showing him what I had and explaining everything and injecting my perception into it. And he said, okay, well, that was I appreciate what you did. And he said, I want to go through one more final round of interview with a member of our team. Can you do later today? This is last Thursday, a week ago from today. And I kind of pretty much said, like, I need at least a day to notice because it was already Thursday. My schedule's really weird because of I'm on site 5 days a week. So it was either it has to be really early in the morning or later at night. And later at night is a little bit different because I have Southern California traffic to work with. So it's going to be much later at night. And this person I have to interview with is on the West Coast. So, same time zone.
East Coast. Oh,
the West Coast. Okay. West Coast, similar to mine.
Yeah, that's good.
So, okay, we'll make it work out. So I did get he said I'll get a message from the recruiter. So the recruiter was after that interview or after that presentation, the recruiter was hitting me up saying, how'd it go? I said, hey, good vibes with the VP. There's gonna be another round with another team member. She's like, okay, put it on your calendar. So I looked at the calendar. Given I had to go to work too. I can't say the company, but I had to go to work. Looked at what's on my calendar, my Google calendar. Okay, there's the interview. It's for Friday morning. Friday, as in a week ago from tomorrow. But it's with the VP of Ops and with the head of people ops. I said, okay, that's a little different. So this was at 7 a.m. in the morning on Friday. So jump on that call. Once again, I'm ready to go with another interview. VP of Ops says, we're not going to bury the lead here. We're making you an offer. And I was like, okay. The people of Ops is like, okay, here are the details. A, B, C, D. So they gave me a fucking offer.
Hell yeah.
And once again, this is almost a week ago. Sorry, I'm scrolling through my notes because gave me an offer. There's a lot to go, a lot to happen when it comes to an offer. So,
drug test.
And this is a holiday weekend. This is going to holiday. The offer expires on Memorial Day. So they are working. The VP of Ops and the head of people operations, the head of HR are working through the weekend to address my questions. And then on Monday, I said, I'm in. I accepted the offer. We're not done yet, though. There's a background check. So there's going through the background check. There's modifying. The offer letter has a specific start date, but it is not in alignment with a 2-week notice for background check and all that shit we're going through. So kind of fast forwarding, everything got squared away this morning. I turned in my 2-week notice this morning to my current company. I'm starting a new job on June 15th.
Sweet.
It is 100% remote. I get a standard stuff like health benefits, dental, stuff like that. In addition to that, the additional perks are going to be, I have a wellness allowance monthly, which is $50 a month. And the head of people operations said, I spend mine on Class Pass. I should explore more on what else I could get. I get a,
you should be able to apply to your Muay Thai training. Like, If I don't know if you have memberships.
I get that for free.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Get some shoes.
So there's the wellness. Well, I don't know what it's all. I need to talk to her more and figure out what's applicable. I get a monthly allowance to clean my office. It's not enough for a full maid, but I need to figure out how to do that. I might just say, like, can I just buy cleaning equipment and clean it myself, or how do we do this? Or what the other employees do? I get a Wi-Fi reimbursement, which is not enough because I use Spectrum, which usually has a very stronghold on Southern California. But I've been talking to other neighbors, and they say they use T-Mobile, which is a lot, like, less than half the price of what I pay for Spectrum, which is going to be much less than my reimbursement amount. So I'm like, I may do a switch on Wi-Fi. I'm not going to throw numbers on this, but the salary bump, given that where I work at currently was a pretty decline in my what I should be paying for. Yeah, pay cut. It is a huge bump. So
nice.
Everything works out. I'm not going to be paying money on gas. People at work are pretty excited for me. When I got into work today,
your Spectrum Internet and just show them your statement. They
Spectrum
might adjust your reimbursement.
I talked to a neighbor of mine who's a Cubs fan from Chicago. She says, I had Spectrum. I switched to T-Mobile, and it's less than half the price, and it works better. So I'm like, well,
isn't T-Mobile like off of a cellular signal though? Like they have one of those cell routers.
I don't know. She said she wanted to go Verizon, but they weren't available for some reason. So she went to a T-Mobile store. They gave her all the equipment right away. Yeah. She kept Spectrum. Same time she had T-Mobile just in case, and she said T-Mobile worked even better, so she canceled Spectrum. So cheaper, works better. I'm going to explore that, and everything looks good so far.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah. So I was at work today. I was talking to, so eventually I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to let the head of my department know. I sat right next to her too. She's 3 feet away, less than 3 feet away from me. So I sent her the instant message, waiting for her to, she's right next to me, waiting for her to find out. And she just looks at, she laughs, she goes, congratulations. And she started talking about it. And people around us heard it. So people know what happened. And the guy that sits, so the head of my department sits to my right. The guy that I heavily trust, the coworker I heavily trust, sits to my left. He's known the entire time what's going on. So he's happy for me. The only thing is that he kind of has that I'm being left behind feeling, which I totally relate to, because we're all trying to leave. Because the company I work for is just going through some changes. There's, some of it's restructuring corporately. Some of it is internal corporate wars that are a result of tariffs. There's just a lot of shit going on. It's very uncomfortable. And he needs to leave also. So he's feeling a little bit left behind, which I've been there before. So I kind of feel bad for him. But people at work know now that I'm departing. They don't know all the details. The guy that sits to my left, the guy I really trust, he knows pretty much everything. People are going to be asking me. I'm kind of going through that. People are sending me, coworkers are sending me their phone number saying, hey, if someone comes up, hit me up. With that. So in the meantime, I'm going to reach out to some people that I worked for in the past and be like, just so you know, I'm moving on. If there's a spot for you, you're one of my guys.
Nice.
I haven't sent that text yet, but there's one guy I'm going to message. I meant to message him today, but I'll message him tomorrow.
Cool.
But
well, hey, we're getting a little time. What else do you have on Hey Dad, watch this?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, with me taking a new position, I didn't go on a full, shopping spree, but I wanted to correct something that I've been dealing with. I had to work.
I saw somebody walk by your window.
Yeah, it's my neighbor. One problem I needed to correct, and this is clean right now. This is my underwear. I have a big fucking hole.
Yeah. Time to get on Amazon and order some new underwear, dude.
I went on Amazon. I have 3 different types of underwear to play with. I'm not keeping all of these. I'm gonna do something a little weird. I'm gonna try them on and see which ones I want. Which ones I want to keep. But to just go through my underwear and be like, I've had ripped up underwear for the past I don't know how many years, and now I'm living in luxury because I want underwear that does not have holes in it. So I'm playing with that. I did not bring examples here, but the same works for socks. It's not as funny visually. So I already bought new socks, really cheap, by the way, really cheap. So all my socks have holes in them, and it's really frustrating. You put on a pair of socks and find out it has a hole in it, and I'm like, whatever, it's already on my feet.
As soon as this has a hole, I throw it away. I don't even wait for it.
I want to, but I don't notice the hole until like I put it on my feet. And I'm like, well, it's clean. I'll throw it away after this.
Half the time I don't notice it until like midway through the day. So I'll finish the day, but rather than throw them in the wash again, I just throw them away. Like I'll finish. Well,
I'll be throwing away a lot of them right now because I just bought a whole new 20-pack of socks from Target, which is cheaper than Amazon, and I'm gonna live in luxury with socks that do not have holes in them.
Nice.
That's cool. That's my shopping spree for getting a new job.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see, where were we? Yeah, like I was trying to give you a hint. Like you told this story before on the show, literally the last episode. The part about the interview. So I was like, what was the next step? But all good. Yeah, well, let's see. Well, I mean, the last 2 weeks, obviously we had already closed on our house in the last episode. Did some painting, got some stuff. I recorded it, but I don't have it readily available. I mowed my lawn for the first time. I mowed my own lawn for the first time, literally since I lived in Ohio a little over 20 years ago. That might not be 100% true. I might have mowed the lawn for Dad a couple of times randomly somewhere in between. But yeah, mowed my lawn, and I had a video queued up. Where'd it go? I also, had my first beer in my own house. So this is me drinking a beer. I didn't really post it anywhere. I just recorded it. Thought it was fun to... Clearly, I didn't just sip a beer. I basically chugged the entire thing. So I got to do that. And then, before I forget, happy belated anniversary to my lovely wife.
You have pictures of chugging a beer?
Oh, shit. I just realized I didn't add it to the stage. I was like playing it, but... So here it is.
It's a Coors Light. There you go. It's a can that changes color also.
Yeah. I drink mostly light beer now because...
Oh, that's all I drink, dude.
I don't get drunk, but it fills me up before I'm wasted.
Dude, I'm drinking wine right now, which I typically don't do. And there's Ashley. She's walking in the background.
Yep.
Photobombing and everything.
So I drank a beer in my house. So that was kind of cool. And I don't have any pictures of it, but we also celebrated our
happy
anniversary. So happy anniversary to my lovely wife. We didn't go too crazy because, we just bought a house and we're not done spending money on the new house, like on new stuff for the new house. So took it pretty easy, but we got to check out a place called Rock Island Bridge here in Kansas City, which is a new, entertainment district. It's one of the first of its kind in the world, I guess. It's literally like an old like railroad bridge that they converted to like an entertainment style district. Which really, by entertainment district, there's like one restaurant. There's a private like party space upstairs, and then the rest of the bridge is like kind of the equivalent to like public park space. So they have like tables everywhere, so you can you can literally go there and have a picnic right on the bridge. And I mean, it's the bridge literally, like if you cross the bridge, you just went from Missouri to Kansas. So it's kind of cool. So that's where we had kind of a modest, quiet anniversary dinner there with a couple beers. And
hey, are you trying to show a picture right now? Because it's just a blank screen.
No. I'm just telling a story because I forgot. I just forgot to take it off. She took a couple pictures. I forgot to, and I forgot to have her send them to me so I could show them. So, now, unfortunately, don't have any pictures of it. But yeah, it was cool. And then, like I said before, definitely don't want to fail to mention it. Happy belated Memorial Day to everybody out there. Hopefully everybody had a safe holiday weekend. And hope you remember to, keep the veterans in your thoughts. Thank you for your service, one and all who have served and are serving in our U.S. Armed Forces. So just make sure you don't forget what the holiday is about. But yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. Softball wise, because it was our anniversary last week, I skipped our last week of Wednesday softball. So we were idle this week. We were idle on Friday last week, and we actually start up again tomorrow. So as of this recording, it's Thursday, May 28th. Friday, May 29th, we start the summer session of my Friday team, which is the Sandlot. So looking forward to getting out on the field. I think we've got the early games. So I'm going to have a little bit of juggling to do with possibly having to come home first to make sure that our mattress gets into the house, and then driving across into Kansas to play softball. But it'll actually be my first time going to if I go straight to softball from the office, going home, it'll be my first time coming home to the house instead of going back to downtown Kansas City. So,
do you live closer to softball now, or did you live closer before?
I live closer now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm still on the Missouri side of the border, but further south. So it's more of a direct shot west across the border to get to softball instead of having to go southwest.
Yeah, I have no concept of geography for Missouri.
If you think of a triangle, I'm taking the short arm instead of the long diagonal arm. Like a right triangle, like the right.
Yeah.
The right angles. So Kansas City is up here. Grandview is down here. Softball is over here. So I don't have to take that long way anymore.
It's still a long way, though.
Across the border. That's not to scale. It'll probably be about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Instead of 30. Sometimes 40, depending on traffic and whatever. So, yeah, it'll be a much easier ride softball. I'll actually kind of drive right past our cousin's house going to softball now. So, but yeah, that starts up the Sandlot. We start up tomorrow, Friday, and then Old Balls, which is my Wednesday team, we start up again next week. So lots to do between then and now. I need to. It's kind of funny the way we're recording this. I'm just hotspotting my phone because I don't have my home internet set up yet because I need to get Google Fiber out here to install a fiber box in the house so I can have internet. Excuse me. But yeah, that's what I've got for Hey Dad, Watch This. I need to get better at taking photos and videos and actually posting them because I've got a lot of stuff that's on the list to get edited, and I haven't done any of it yet because just limited time and limited internet connectivity right now. So yeah, house stuff, DIY projects, softball, moving, all coming at you.
Exciting stuff
in like several weeks. Yep. But yeah, we're suburbanites now. We are suburbanites. So
I think technically I'm a suburbanite, but suburbs out here are a little bit different than Midwest.
Yeah,
suburbs out here are very fucking busy.
Yeah, you live in more of a beach town than a suburb.
Yeah, I'd say beach.
That's definitely different than where we live now, which
it's not
from a school.
It's not a slow life. I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's definitely a little quieter.
It's considered a suburb, but it's not a slow life.
Right. So, well, good shit. Let's see. I don't know. Do we want to do Nobody Wants This week, or do we want to table that one? It's getting a little late, so can we motor through it?
Yeah, I'll try to do it fast. I don't know if I should do it fast. I'll just where are we at? 1:30, an hour 30. Fuck, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, Nobody Wants This.
All right, so
it's Alex's stuff.
Things have been different because I have stopped talking about one girl out of respect for what's going on with her family, even though we still interact a lot, and she's still someone that I want to talk to. And another girl I stopped talking to because shit went on. So now I'm looking for little things. Flashback to our last episode 2 weeks ago where JR is like, yeah, expand the roster. Like, okay, well, let me figure out how that works. Given I'm not going to be perfect at it. So one thing that happened last weekend is I go to a park where I walk and I do laps, and I do a certain amount of laps before I decide to go home. And I did that last, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, one of the weekends where I was walking and I decided to go home. As I was exiting the park, I was like, oh, this chick's pretty hot. So I was walking past her and she did that whole thing where she looks, by the way, I was wearing a shirt, so I'm not shirtless. I was wearing a shirt and long pants, long joggers. She did the whole look down. She was definitely checking me out. And I went, fuck. I gotta go back for seconds on that one. So did a U-turn. I'm not stalking her, but I was like, well, I'm gonna do one more lap. She just happens to walk. She splits off to walk in the opposite direction that I usually walk in. So I'm like, all right, well, let's figure this out. But I'm also wearing sunglasses at that point. At the time when I noticed she was checking me out. So she's walking the one direction, lap around the park. I'm walking the opposite direction. I know we're coming to a point where we're gonna intersect. So I was like, well, let me play around with this a little bit. So I know that I saw her from distance. She's approaching me, or we're approaching each other. And I wanted to, play around with the whole, flirtatious game of, it's kind of douchey, but you know how to play the game. So I know I want to see how she reacts. So one thing I did is I want to be able to make eye contact establishable. I take off my sunglasses. I know that she sees me from a distance. I see her from a distance. So we're walking toward each other. And as we get closer, I'm like, when a girl's going to check you out. So we're walking, and then she does this thing where she looks away towards the ocean, and then she looks back at you. And I was like, I got her. So I flashed her a smirk, and she smiled at me back, and we crossed paths. And I was like, okay, next lap, I'm gonna talk to her. So we're walking around. The lap is about a quarter mile. It's like a track, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So ready. I'm looking across the field trying to find her. And I realized she's gone. She's no longer on the At some point she left. I was like, fuck.
Should have done a U-turn and walked after her.
No, that's a little too odd. That's a little too creepy. But
I mean, if you were gonna talk to her anyway.
No, there's a timing to it. So that I think I played it right, but it was one of those things where it didn't work out. Another situation similar to that is that when I'm at work, me and my buddies, we go for walks on our breaks, and then even when I go to lunch, I'll eat my lunch. I'll go to my car. I'll lay down for a little bit, maybe even take a nap, and I'll get up. More recently, I usually just take a nap and then get up and go back to work. More recently, I started to get up a little bit earlier and go for a walk because I want to get some steps in. And there's this Filipina chick I think she's Filipina. She walks around too. She's kind of cute, but not like super athletic. So I'm like,
I don't think you'd be
last week,
Filipina chicks.
Last week, also she has a ring on her finger, so she's married or engaged. Last week I was walking around, just kind of walk around aimlessly, trying to get some steps in, and she always walked around with a friend too. I didn't even know she works for the same company. She may work for another company, but she totally did the whole like, I don't know if I can mimic on the camera. As I walked by, she went, and I went, "Oh, that was a checkout." I wasn't even looking for it. Her friend, and I'm not trying to be all arrogant and shit. Her friend didn't look at me at all, but she definitely did the whole look. She was looking at my shirt. By the way, my shirt was on. I was. This is where I work at. She did the whole fucking checkout of this. I was like, well, that made me feel a little bit better. I'm not gonna go talk to her. She's married or engaged at least.
Yeah. Good move.
But as far as like little things that I'm picking at, given things are going the way they are, that's kind of it. I do want to touch on New Girl a little bit. I know I didn't say too much about what happened between me and her, but there was some friction between me and her a few weekends ago. The friction was started by me. I did apologize, and then we did not talk for almost 2 weeks. And last weekend, she did reach out to me. She sent me a text. Hold on, let me flash back. I apologize for starting the friction. The friction was not 100% me. Not 100% me. So I was like, I'm cool with not talking for a while. My words to her, and JR, I told JR about this. My words to her was, we're going on radio silent. And I was totally fine with that. So what happened last weekend, again, we haven't talked for almost 2 weeks. I was driving to go to a Muay Thai class on Saturday morning. She was driving back for, I don't know what the fuck she was driving back for, whatever. But we kind of saw each other. That's the first time we saw each other in almost 2 weeks. Having not texted, having not talked. I do know that she was peeking into my Instagram stories. She knows I got stuck in a fucking elevator. Because you can see that on Instagram, like, oh, who's peeking Instagram? Oh, I won't say her name. Begins with a K. Look at her Instagram stories. You'll find out who she is. Blonde. Look at her Instagram stories. And on Sunday, Sunday afternoon, she texted me an apology about what happened between us. I was like, okay, cool. And then we started opening up dialogue. We could text through, Sunday, and reminder Monday was Memorial Day, so the holiday weekend, so we're texting each other again. we're both not ready to be physically around each other, but we're texting each other. Tuesday came around. We hit a bump in the road. There was a point where I was like, she said something to me, and I'm like, I gotta say something, and if I don't say it, I'm gonna be pissed off. If I do say it, she's gonna be pissed off. So I texted it and I said, if I don't hit send right now, I'm not gonna send it. So I just immediately hit send. And then she responded up back, pissed off. So it was like, all right, we're going back on radio silent. Which we probably should stay on. But so I'm on the impression that we're just not talking again. And I think it's probably a good move. But I do go to the gym a lot. And she was there when I came in last night. And I was just like, all right, well, this is just something we both have to deal with. And I told her weeks ago, like, I want us to not change what we do because there's some friction between us. So cool. She's at the gym. I'm at the gym. We'll just deal with that. And doing my thing. She's doing her thing. And then I guess, once again, this is the first time we've seen each other in over 2 weeks. So it's been about 2.5 weeks. And as she finished up her workout before I did. So as she's leaving, she said, good night. And I said, good night. So this was the first time we spoke to each other in 2.5 weeks. And kind of left it at that. There's no texting going on. And this is very, very fresh. This is tonight. I am working out. I just did an ab workout, a hard, intense ab workout. One thing I do at the gym where I work out at is that, and this is not just completely off the scale, I take off my shirt when I work out. Sometimes. I wait for girls. If there are girls in the gym, I keep my shirt on. Once the girls leave, if they do leave, and it's just a bunch of guys that we just shoot the shit with, I will take off my shirt and continue working out. By the way, girls work out in sports bras, same thing. Same thing. So there's some guys there, and then I was like, all right, well, the girl left, some other girl, took off my shirt, and I did a hard ab workout. Eventually the rest of the guys left, so just me and another girl walked in who I should probably try to introduce myself to. She's on the treadmill, and I just fucking saw I was working on something. I noticed at the corner of my eye that new girl walked in, and I said, well, all right, let's make it awkward. Well, I'm not gonna make it awkward. I'm just gonna fucking just do my thing, and we're not gonna talk because we're not on talking terms. The other girl in the gym left, so now it's just me and new girl in the gym by ourselves. I'm half naked after an ab workout, so my shit's popping. I'm trying not to, I'm just gonna do my workout, let her do her workout, and eventually she just breaks the ice and she just says, "Are you not gonna say hi to me?" I'm like, I thought we're not talking. I didn't say that. I'm just kind of like surprised, like, okay, hi. I didn't want to like make it even more awkward. So one thing she told me when we were texting before we stopped texting was she injured her toe. So I was like, how's your toe? Trying to be like, semi neighborly. Say that. I don't know. It seems like right now she's trying to make an effort. So I look like the little bitch who's being stubborn. Given it gets a little more detailed than that, so it's not like
she didn't say hi to you.
She's like, I said hi to you last night. You didn't say anything back. I'm like, well, in my head I'm thinking we're not talking right now. I just said sorry, and eventually it's gonna lead to.
I must have not heard you.
I didn't hear her. I heard her say goodbye. So I did keep it like very minimal interaction tonight, and still like I just want to avoid her at this point because it's just weird right now. But even I'm saying like I don't want to, in my mind, I don't want to be around you as much as I was before. So I think she's trying to make an effort to make amends. So I need to rethink that. And I don't know what's gonna happen with that with the new girl, but she's trying to do something. I need to figure out if that something is gonna fit into what I want. And well, we live 30 feet away from each other. Right, so we had to figure something out. So there's that. And I don't know. Right now, new girl's back in the picture, but at a very low level, in my opinion. I don't want to be around her as much as I was before. I'll say that much. I don't know what she wants. We need to maybe have slower talks.
Okay, so to be continued.
To be continued. Very weird. It's kind of like it fits in that category of it's complicated. Also, like, Alex, did you not know this would get really fucked up? She's your neighbor. But I'll give you another update in our next episode.
We gotta speed up, man. My signal's going fast.
Your signal? Are you leaving? Or is your,
my because I'm using my hotspot and I'm running out.
Oh shit! No, you can run out. Okay, all right. I'm done for Nobody Wants This. Alex's social/love life.
Hey, leave in the comments. What do you think his next move is? What do you think it should be? You might take your advice, you might not, but I'm curious what you guys think. Guys, it's real late. I'm finished quickly, and because
it's almost 10 p.m. my time, which is Pacific.
Yeah,
which is midnight Gerard's time. And we have to work tomorrow.
And I'm using my hotspot because I don't have my home internet set up yet, so the bandwidth is slowing down because I've exceeded my monthly limit for hotspot data. So I think we're going to skip what you're watching this week and pick it up next week. I've got some things to cover there, but we're going to start. It's going to start getting choppy here if we don't close this up. So we are going to get into our closing thoughts. Before we do, just a quick reminder, if you'd like to help support what we're doing, we'd love it if you would leave a comment, let us know how we're doing. Don't forget to like the episode, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you know when our new episodes are out. And of course, if you prefer to participate more anonymously, shoot us an email at gagepodcast@gmail.com. All right, getting into our closing thoughts. Alex, take it away.
All right, so feeding off of Nobody Wants This. Guys, when there's friction, it is not always your fault. But sometimes it partially is. Mostly, it partially is. Don't fucking give in. I need another drink. I got some White Claw in there back of that. I might have Captain Morgan, but I got some White Claw.
I don't know if this tacks on or takes us in a different direction, but
are you going to another fortune cookie generator?
Going fortune cookie generator. And
that should be another segment right there.
Well, I like it for closing thoughts. Fortune cookie generator is great. Anyway, the closing thought for this week is your efforts today will shape your tomorrow. So I think that's kind of a funny one coming off of Nobody Wants This. Your efforts today will shape. What was it? Your efforts today will shape your tomorrow. So depending on what you want tomorrow to look like, you need to figure out how to focus your efforts now. Anyway, we're calling that an episode. I need to get to bed because I am dog fucking tired. So much moving to do and so much work to do that I'm far, far behind on at work. So we're queuing up the music So we can scoot on out of here. Maybe if it wants to go, there we are. We're calling it. This has been another episode of the GAJ Podcast. We'll see you next time as we look through Alex's holy underwear. Adios, everybody. See you next time.